Hey guys, just thought I would give you a quick update. It's been a week since I got the MacBook Pro, so I figured I'd let you guys know how we were getting on together. Um, Things have been going okay. Only issue I've really had is that for some reason the help files keep screwing up on me. Um, Happened today, as a matter of fact. Happened a couple days ago when I was installing Boot Camp, which, other than me having a crappy copy of Windows, went over okay. But what happens is the help files just will appear blank. Go to help in the Finder, and nothing but the menu items will show up. If it does happen to come up with something to select to display, the help display will come up blank for a couple seconds and then disappear. And the only way I've found to fix that is to navigate into the cache folder in the user home library and delete it or rename it and then start help again, and then it tends to reconstruct the files. And like I said, it happens today. I don't know why it's happening. It's kind of annoying, but that's really the only major problem I've had. I have gotten some things for it since I bought it. I know it's only been a week, but hey, new toys gives you the okay to spend some money on new accessories, right? Didn't really feel unboxings for these were necessary because really there's not a whole lot to unbox. It's open box, here's the item. So first on that list is the 4 gigs of RAM that I got. Memory is always a good upgrade to get if you are so inclined. It's relatively cheap, easy to install, kind of gives you the most bang for the buck. Definitely see an increase in the speed of the operating system. It lets me dedicate a whole gigabyte of RAM to the Windows XP virtual machine that I'm running in VMware. And if I need to, I can obviously maybe run it with 2 gigs of RAM and leave 2 for the operating system, OS 10. So it's definitely something I would recommend. What I would not recommend memory-wise is to buy any memory from Apple. They charge way too much money for it. There's plenty of reputable dealers online that you can get a good deal on memory. That's perfectly fine. The memory that was in the notebook was made by Samsung. So yeah, that's the first thing. Second item on the list is the Apple wireless Mighty Mouse. Works as expected. I guess the only complaints I would have about it would be, to me, it's a little slow. I tend to, I'm used to using a Razer Diamondback mouse, which is this thing here, if you can see it, on my PC. And I have the tracking speed very, very quick. I have dual displays. I don't have a whole lot of desk space on my keyboard drawer, so I don't like to have to pick up the mouse and bring it back over to the other side of the mouse pad. So it takes very little effort to move the mouse from one side of my 120-inch widescreen display to the other end of my 21.3-inch on this side. That's really my biggest beef with this is I have the tracking speed cranked on the Apple mouse, and it's just a little slow. I have to pick up the mouse and replace it to keep moving in a certain direction. The other problem is just more a user problem. I have an issue with the right click. I don't always get it on the first try. I think it's just a matter of practice, though, to get that down pat. Second item would be, to go along with the mouse, the Apple wireless keyboard. Now you may ask, why would you get a wireless keyboard for a laptop? Well, there's a couple reasons. The first one being I was hoping that I would be able to, or I was hoping that Apple would have updated the keyboard on the MacBook Pros when they updated it last Tuesday, to have the same keyboard on the MacBook Air, the MacBook, and the wireless keyboard and the wired keyboard for the iMacs. Have them all be the same, but they did not do that. The second reason is I'm contemplating hooking up the laptop to my HDTV and using that as a secondary display, and then I can lounge on the other side of the room with a keyboard and mouse without having to be anywhere near it. Um, the only real problems I have with the keyboard is really it's all user related. I never learned to type the official way, the right way, the proper way, if you will. So my fingers aren't in the right positions. I tend to hit the equals key instead of delete, and I tend to hit the apostrophe instead of enter. But again, I think that's just a matter of practice and getting used to it. Third item is the iSkin keyboard cover. No real complaints for this other than the fact that it's not secured on the laptop. It just sits on top of the keyboard. You just kind of massage it into place. There's nothing holding it there though. And it does make the keyboard a little hard to read from an angle because it obscures, kind of makes the keys a little bit fuzzy. And I don't have the best eyesight in the world, so it makes it a little hard to see. But because it's clear, you do get the benefit of the keyboard, the backlit keyboard, which you don't get if you buy the black, I think they call it Eclipse version of the cover. So really no big complaints with that. And then the fourth thing is something that I can't really show you because it's clamped onto the notebook as we speak, which is the spec hard shell cover for the MacBook Pro. It's a really nice cover. It comes in all sorts of different colors. Tony has orange. I was looking for black. We visited the Novi Apple store, Novi, Michigan Apple store over the weekend, and they didn't have black, unfortunately. They only had two choices, clear and red. I decided to go with clear. Didn't really like the idea of having a bright red notebook, so the clear is good, kind of a compromise. The notebook itself looks good on its own, so it kind of helps show the notebook off a little bit better. No real complaints other than the fact that there is no hole to access the battery power button on the bottom. I don't know why they decided to cover that up, maybe just to keep dirt and stuff out of it. But that's really the only complaint. So if I can figure out how to show pictures on here, I will probably throw some pictures of that case in here, obviously, since I can't show you the notebook. And pretty much that's it. If you guys have any more questions, I appreciate all the views I've gotten so far on the other video. If you guys have any questions for me, anything you want to know, I'll try to answer it, but I'm really kind of just learning OS 10 myself, so I will try it to the best of my ability. And thanks for watching.